Hey folks, Rick here from LaLa Farm. Thought we'd do a video. We're in the midst of our kidding season, so this week my arch nemesis of goats gave birth. So I'm going to give you the story of the arch nemesis. I thought you would find the humor in this, as my family takes great pride in telling this story to everyone that will listen about the infamous Rose. So a couple of years ago, we got our first group of goats from a breeder up in North Georgia. They were all adult does, 2 years old and older. What we call affectionately the crazy quads, because none of them, all four of them, were raised in a hands-off type of breeding environment, so they really didn't have a whole lot of contact with their breeder at all. Three of them have somewhat calmed down, but one of them, the craziest of the crazy quads, is Rose. So Rose, I've had some dealings with, I guess you could say, in the almost 2 years that we've had goats now. We have not been able to lay hands on Rose only one time, and Rose, when we laid hands on her, basically assaulted me. It was a goat assault. We were getting her into the head chalk, but Rose had other thoughts. So about 2 inches before I was able to close that chalk, Rose decided she's coming out of the goat chute at Mach speed. So Rose comes flying out of the head gate, pushes the gate back open, and I'm trying to close. It hits me right square in the sternum at full speed. But I didn't give up. Instead of letting go of her horns, I don't know if this is smart or if this was an idiot on my part, I grabbed her around the horns and I took her right to the ground. So now we've got a 130-pound goat on top of me as I'm wrestling her to the ground. And my son thought it was humorous to just laugh at me as I'm rolling around on the ground. But then eventually he come over and decided he was going to help me get this animal back up off the ground. So he's over on the side now laughing. So that's why my family takes great pride in telling this story. So he gets Rose by the horns, brings her back up, sticks her into the chute. We get her weight, trim her hooves, but we got her back up into the chute, got her weight. She's a really excellent goat. She's just got the temperament of Satan. So in my mind, we're culling this goat because she is just unmanageable in my mind. But she has literally the best conformity, best body structure, probably of any goat in our herd. Completely hands off, which is contrary to our management style. So in my mind, for the last year, I've had it set in my head that we're getting rid of Rose. Well, every time I think we're getting rid of Rose, Rose does something else to prove that she's probably the best goat in our herd. Structural-wise, conformity-wise, she's still a FAMACHA 1. She's never been anything but a FAMACHA 1. Perfect structure. Really not a whole lot of supplements that she needs. She is essentially 100% forage because she hardly even comes up to eat any supplemental grain. They get a little bit sometimes. About a half a cup a day is what LaLa gives them. But generally speaking, she does her own thing. So let's flash forward a little bit. So we come to kidding season. We match Rose up to our buck Einar, and anxiously waited. Rose kept getting larger and larger and larger. And this last week, Rose gave us our only set of triplets, and the smallest goat of those triplets was a 7.5-pound girl. So 2 bucks, 1 doe out of her litter. So out of a 130-pound doe, she essentially gave us whatever that is, 26 pounds of kids, which is a big litter of babies. Perfect udder structure, teat structure, good bag on her. There's really no complaints with Rose, other than Rose is she's an animal. She's a beast. I don't like Rose, but Rose has earned her keep. Rose is probably going to stay on the farm, gosh darn it. We'll see. So now Lala's laughing in the background because everybody knows my feelings about the notorious Rose. But she's like the perfect goat, folks. If we could have a herd of roses, we'd make a whole bunch of money. We don't have a bunch of roses. We got one rose. Now we got 3 babies from Rose that are big babies. So we'll probably have Rose's genetics in our herd. I think the main line, or the main one in her line, is CCR Moose a few generations back. But that's Rose. So we're probably keeping Rose around.